something, Luke? If you ride like lightning, you're gonna crash like thunder.
A haunting, beautifully shot drama that explores legacy, fatherhood, and fate. The Place Beyond the Pines lingers long after the credits roll. The reason this will be one of my favorite films of all time is due to its gripping, but slow story, stunning soundtrack, and visuals coupled with what, in my opinion, is some of Ryan Gosling's best acting of all time. Let's jump into why I believe that The Place Beyond the Pines is one of the most underrated modern dramas produced to date. Part 1. The Outlaw. Luke's story is visually and emotionally gripping. The cinematography mirrors his internal chaos. Long takes and kinetic tracking shots immerse you in his volatile world. Gosling delivers a performance that's quiet but full of tension, channeling a mix of rebellion and sadness. His descent into crime feels inevitable but heartbreaking. There's a mythic, almost Western quality to his arc, the misunderstood outlaw doomed by his choices. In my opinion, the fact that Luke was not granted what he could have been was brilliant writing. Due to the fact that choices are drastically important in life. Choices dictate the path that you walk, and being one of the main characters in a film does not exempt you from this, completely twisting my perception of plot armor with big actors like Gosling. And then we move on to Part 2. The Lawman. Though slower in pace, Avery's chapter adds necessary depth. Bradley Cooper plays Avery as conflicted and quietly unraveling. The film critiques institutional power through his eyes, showing how guilt and self-preservation drive his actions. The transition from Luke's raw emotion to Avery's cold, cerebral world is jarring, intentionally so, illustrating the ripple effects of violence and how institutions exploit tragedy. I do not have as many comments for Avery. As a character, he was amazing, and nothing against Bradley Cooper, but Avery's arc as a policeman had a lot more potential in my opinion. However, showing remorse shows his humanity in a pit of cruelness which I felt was underappreciated. This final act is slower and more contemplative, focused on themes of fate, identity, and inherited trauma. DeHaan's performance as Jason is particularly powerful, withdrawn, angry, but searching for truth. The story becomes less about what happened and more about what it means. It's a somber, sobering reminder that past choices echo through generations, and that breaking the cycle isn't easy. At the end of the day, anybody can throw together a movie with enough money, take Blade Runner 2049 as an example, but something that most modern movies are lacking is depth. There is no meaning to them. As a person, I would never watch another Marvel movie if it meant that the production of films such as this would increase tenfold. The fact that this movie is still outrageously underrated to this day is so wild to me. It just does not make sense. I can understand why to some extent, as I was also standoffish with this movie at first, but watching it just made me realize movies do not always have to be an intense shootout thriller with things exploding left, right, and center, but they can be so much more than that. In addition to the deep-rooted meaning behind it, the ambience created by the setting with pine trees, gray roads, and gray skies just complements the overall theme of the movie so well. I could easily talk about this movie for days due to just not being able to stop watching it whenever I forget a tiny detail about it. The best way I can summarize it is that it is 3 movies rolled into one. The movie could have easily been solely focused around Luke, but no. The writers decided to take a brave creative step into creating this masterpiece.
You know, what really sticks with you after The Place Beyond the Pines isn't just the story, it's the weight of it. It's the way each choice ripples outward, across time, across people. The film doesn't give you easy answers. It doesn't tell you who's right or wrong, it just shows you what happens when people try to do the right thing in a world that doesn't make that easy. What I appreciate most is how the movie respects its audience. It trusts you to connect the dots, to feel the unspoken tension, the generational pain, the little moments that add up to something much bigger. And that ending, it's quiet, but it hits hard. It doesn't scream, it just lets you sit with it. The cinematography, the music, the performances, they all work together to create this dreamlike sense of reality, almost like you're drifting through a memory. There's a feeling of inevitability to the whole film, like everyone is carrying a weight they didn't ask for, but can't seem to put down. That's what makes it so powerful. It's not just about crime or justice, it's about inheritance, about the emotional debt passed from parent to child. It's the kind of movie that stays with you days after watching. You might not even realize how much it affected you until you're just sitting alone, thinking about your own life, your own family, your own choices. It's not flashy, it's not trying to be loud, but it's honest. And that honesty is rare and really beautiful.